no matter how hard I try, I always tend to lose the races to the Tunguska. I just can never get there, and it's so frustrating because I've never really got to use that a whole lot. But what's going on, guys, in the works? We are playing on canals, if it isn't glaringly obvious. And this is actually some more of the KH 2002 gameplay. I had a series of really good games with this, so I've just decided to use them all. And the reason why I'm playing it on console, because you're probably asking why console. Well, Battlelog is jacked up right now, guys. It's messed up. You can't get on Battlefield because that minor patch messed everything up. So I've been forced to play on console and use my console footage because I don't have any PC footage because I don't keep a huge stockpile of that because the files are so large. So that minor patch really jacked it up. I'm not able to get and stay in, I can't get in the games. It's just so unstable right now. And I know if you play on PC, you probably know what I'm talking about. So for the time being, we're just going to have to play on console, I guess. So, but one thing that is awesome about this game is that you guys have been requesting some chopper gameplay. Well, I actually have a awesome run in the chopper gunner in this game. I'm not flying, but I am gunning. So if you're into some more vehicle play, if that's your thing, if that's what gets you going, there's some pretty awesome chopper runs in this. So keep an eye out for that towards the middle of the video. Oh, scratching my nose. I feel really sick today. I did a video earlier, a Modern Warfare 3 video, and I struggled to get through it. I'm feeling a little bit better now, but I'll try my hardest to get through this without my voice cracking or sneezing or anything like that. But some exciting news, guys. I try not to be like a newscast, gaming news guy, but oftentimes I see awesome things about Battlefield 3 that just makes me want to make a video about it. And I saw something really awesome today. Well, last week was a really kind of a letdown week for us because I talked about how we got a patch. It ended up not being the patch we wanted. We got some Battlefield 3 news, and it turned out to be about an iPhone app and not necessarily the DLC that we had all wished for. Oh, and watch this right here. This is some enter the chopper fail big time. Barrels bouncing up and down, but I do eventually get in it, and we go on a pretty big tear here. But yeah, the iPhone app ended up being the big news, and we're all like, oh boy, an iPhone app, because we totally cared about that. But I read a couple articles about the community manager for EA talking about some, the announcement in general and how he thought that it was basically a miscommunication within the community. It wasn't conveyed properly what they were actually going to announce, and he assured us that there is still a really big announcement coming up, and he said there will be a DLC announcement very soon, as well as an announcement on when the patch is actually going to come out. He said that Dice has been working really hard on it, and I know that just sounds like him sugarcoating it, which it probably is. But the most interesting thing he said that he had actually addressed the rumors of Battlefield 2143, which would be the sequel, aka the Battlefield 2142 on the Frostbite 2.0 engine. And he said that the guys at DICE have a lot of enthusiasm about making that expansion a reality. And I saw that and I was just like, I was lost for words. I was like, you got to be kidding me. They're actually going to acknowledge the fact that this, the community has been begging for that. It seems like mostly, people have just been asking for it. It wasn't really something we thought was going to be a reality, but it turned out to be, DICE actually heard us and they're actually interested in doing it, because he said that a lot of enthusiasm over at DICE to make it happen. And, he acknowledged that it's an option. He said that, he doesn't know if it'll actually happen. So take this information with a grain of salt. But I think that this would be so awesome. Like, words can't describe how cool it would be to get that. Now, I wouldn't want it right away. I think that Battlefield 3, the core multiplayer experience of Battlefield 3, still has a lot to offer. There's still, 2 or 3 DLC packs with this game that I think could work before they need to start thinking about 2143. I think if they do that, they need to make sure it's polished. I think it might actually be better as an expansion, but if they release it maybe late fall, early spring next year, it'd be totally awesome, guys, because 2142 was a really good game. It was, it was basically Battlefield 2 in the future, and that was fun to me. I enjoyed 2142, the small amount that I actually played it. I didn't play it a ton, unfortunately, just because back then I was really busy. It came out when I was, I think I was like a junior in high school, so not a lot of time to game when you're in high school. You have a lot of homework and all that, which I understand. The older you get in high school, the less time you have gaming. But I think it would be totally the best thing that ever happened to Battlefield 3, because I'm kind of burned out on the modern FPS military shooters. It's just like, it's that little subgenre of like COD and Medal of Honor that oh, Black Hawk down right here. I'm going to kill the suspense once I get into the water. I don't make it out. Merrill does. So I don't think that was very fair. I think he deserved to die, not me. But that's the way the chopper crumbles, I guess, so to speak. But yeah, I'm just kind of burned out on modern military shooters. And I think a futuristic shooter would be a breath of fresh air. I mean, you think about like Bad Company 2 and Bad Company 2 Vietnam. It felt totally different, and it really offered a different experience with the same core mechanics, if that makes any sense. And I thought that was really cool about Vietnam. So I really enjoyed playing Vietnam, and I think that 2143 would be awesome. So hopefully this becomes a reality here. We'll hear some news on it later this year. I think it'd be nice to have a Battlefield 3 expansion around the time that Black Ops 2 comes out or something, because I like having variety in my shooter. And we know that Medal of Honor 2 is coming out in the fall as well, so there'll be a lot of options out there, and I think a lot of options makes it more competitive. It makes it gives you the ability to have more choices, and I think choices are important in video games because choices fuel other companies to compete, and even if it's like internal competition, obviously Medal of Honor and Battlefield 3 are both EA titles, but I think it'd be healthy to have a little competition here and there. So really stoked. I thought that was some awesome news, and I thought I would share that with you guys. I will actually link the article if you're interested in reading it. Still anticipating some DLC, though. I still think Battlefield 3 has a lot of life in it. The core multiplayer experience has a lot of life left in it. And hopefully we hear soon. I'm more anxious for the patch, as you guys probably already know. But we'll see. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this short little gameplay. More Cage 2002. I'll mix it up next time. But I threw it in there because a lot of people had been asking for chopper gameplay. And that was a really good run in the chopper, I thought. So hopefully that kind of fulfilled your desires for some chopper, because I suck at flying choppers. You do not want to see me fly a chopper because it's pretty embarrassing. But I will see you guys later. Hopefully you guys have a good evening. Peace.